In this video, traders, let's look at some of the tech companies that I like the most. Stay tuned. Hey guys, warm welcome to you. All right, so I've got a list of a handful of tech companies that I really like what the company itself is doing. Now, there is an argument to say that they could be overvalued. There's an argument. There's equally a bull argument, a bear argument for a lot of these things. But I've compiled this list because I like the company. I like that they could be significantly higher. I also like there's a lot of volume trading these. So I'm not suggesting that these are buys by any stretch of imagination right now, but they're the kind of things that I put on my list and go, hey, these are good trading vehicles. I think all of these I've traded, in fact, yeah, all of these I've traded at least once, apart from RKT, which gets out in a moment. So I've traded these myself from kind of a shorter swing trade perspective. So they're good trading vehicles, and I like them actually from just the perspective of the company. So I tend to align long, and in fact I've aligned long with all of these from a trading perspective. Now, doesn't mean there are buys now, no, but it does mean that, hey, because if you're trading stocks, you can put these on the back burner and say, well, if the market corrects, these might be some of my go-tos, assuming there's the kind of price action shows it's holding. Now, of course, any of these could halve and go down by 70% very, very quickly. You know, these are high beta stocks, a lot of supply demand, all or nothing type things because of the model of the environment they're in. So let's talk about what I've got in here. And what I want to do, guys, is if you've got any extra that are around this kind of theme, this tech type of theme of a subscription type base, you'll see in a moment a lot of it's subscription type based, or once they're embedded in companies, they stay within the companies. Let me know in the comment section below. I'm trying to build a nice list of companies that I want to keep an eye on, not only from a trading perspective, but also, you know, it's just nice to see where the money flow is going and what the street likes and all this kind of stuff. So the first one I've got up here is Cloudflare. Now, these guys offer a kind of way of hosting your site. And some of you tech guys will forgive me for being not so technical with this. The way I understand it is you host your website through the Cloudflare rather than traditional host, and it kind of splits up the server into different areas so it's easier to access. Anyway, someone's going to correct me on this. The point is, it's a better solution for companies. It's more robust. It's more resilient to security attacks. It's quicker. There's so many reasons why it's a better solution than a traditional kind of put your website or your application on a server that sits in a room somewhere and access that. I think that seems to be the case. And as with many of these kind of companies, you know, they once you're with them and you're getting a good service, all you're going to do is, obviously companies will go bust, but if you're with them and you're making profit, Cloudflare is going to make profit with you. So any company that does well, and I assume as well that the kind of cost to give this service to people is relatively low because they do have a free tier as well as a paid tier. So again, you get the economies of scale that come with more and more subscribers and more kind of customers. They IPO'd back down at around the kind of $18 level. They're sitting here now at $60. The market's just open. So got my eye on those, and the recent earnings have done quite well. So that's one that I quite like. Peloton, another one. I know you guys are going to say this one's significantly overvalued, and look, the way it kind of had a massive trim off yesterday when the market had a little bit of a wobble is concerning. And maybe, you know, like I say, I don't necessarily think these are buys here, but I think they're volatile. I think there's opportunity. If these go a lot lower and find some bid, then I will probably be interested. Again, this is a bike company. Fitness, I think, is going to get even more successful. They sell hardware, but they do a monthly subscription model as well, so you get access to these streaming fitness classes, and I also believe they do a treadmill. So it's quite a nice model. It seems like a pretty hefty market cap for it, but it is what it is. Rocket, they're brainstorming some stocks, and this is a way of applying for loans and mortgages via smartphone, via a very nice seamless app. I just like things like that. I think that's the way it's going. I think, you know, as the new generation comes up, who is so much more used to doing stuff on mobile phone, so much more used to having a slick app, frictionless, none of the nonsense that we've kind of been used to for these big applications. I think companies like this will do well. Chart doesn't look so great at the moment. It's the only one I haven't traded yet because I haven't seen a good opportunity to get in. But it is what it is. Shop, I think, again, these are a great tech company. E-commerce, we know, is booming. We know e-commerce is flying. I mean, the valuation is high, 110 billion isn't insignificant, and it's come up a long way. So again, not saying necessarily buy these and tuck these away. However, as e-commerce grows, this is an easy, low barrier to entry, low cost way for people to set up an online store. Yes, probably 95% of those are going to go bust, but the point is that doesn't cost Shopify much. However, when people start getting some traction, when the stores start doing some decent volume, then Shopify start making money. Like a lot of these models, guys, especially the tech models for e-commerce online stuff, they make money when the other companies make money. And when they're kind of in bed with those and they kind of get the upside but not much of the downside, it's like a free call option. You know, if there's loads of companies going bust, fine. Hopefully it doesn't cost them too much. But they need a few to really rock it and start using their tech and leverage on their tech, and they make money as well. Spotify, I think it's a great streaming service. I think they do things better than anybody else. 50 billion market cap. I just think they're the best ones out there. They're innovative. They have the podcast on there. They're going now, and I think it's a great model of capturing the actual content providers, and then like Joe Rogan, for example, sign them up to a deal and then keeping those on the platform. I think that's a great model. Square, good way of taking payments. I think this is a good, again, same type of thing as the shop and the net model. Once they're embedded in and once the company is doing well, I think it's a good model. Stripe, I don't think it's listed, but that's obviously a competitor to it. Now, Tesla, this is probably going to have some controversy. You let me know in the comment section below what you think of Tesla. You either love it or hate it. You think Elon Musk is a genius, or you think he's a fraud. You think Tesla's going to 50, or you think it's going to 1,000. My viewpoint on Tesla is this. I think Elon Musk is fantastic. Yes, he's a visionary. Yes, maybe he has grand ideas that he can't fall short of now and then. But just look at what he's done and look at what he's able to do. But the big play, I think, with Tesla is their autonomous driving. Yes, we've got the car. Yes, we've got the battery tech. Yes, we've got all the other things that are wrapped into Tesla. But this autonomous driving is something that, I don't know if you've ever driven one, guys, but in the UK, it's a slightly watered down version of the US. But and this is a very kind of early version, and the very early version is super, super clever. I can only imagine where this is going to go in a few years' time and how it's going to look. So, I think that these are a really interesting company, and I know that there's a lot of controversy around them, and I know they've come a long way, but I do think it's one to watch. Last three, Twilio, interesting way again of tech way of communicating with customers via SMS, super low barrier to entry. Again, the same type of model, which I love, of it costs them hardly anything to get customers on board, but if they get a few of those businesses that just balloon and use their tech, they're going to make money from them. Work is Slack. This is a poor chart. I've had a couple of trades on this. It's never been that exciting. I think they should do better. We use Slack in the way our community communicates between calls. I think it's a great product. It just seems to be struggling a little bit. And of course, Zoom, yes, I know it's overvalued. Yes, I know it's ramped up a lot because of the pandemic. I don't think they're going to go anywhere. Yes, they may well trim down. We may well see them down in the kind of 300s quite easily. Wouldn't be that much of an issue for it. But I think they're a household name now. They've created that. We're going to Zoom somebody. No one says we're going to Microsoft Teams somebody. No one says they're going to Zoom somebody. And I think they are, all the problems they've had, they've done well through the pandemic. They're becoming a household name. Yes, the froth might come off them, but one to watch definitely, guys. Anyway, those are some of my favorite tech companies that I like to watch. Give me some in the comment section below. Let me know what I should be watching, and I'll stick it on my watch list. Anything that's kind of around this type of theme. I love these kind of companies, and I think even if you're not trading them, they're interesting to watch anyway because it's the future where everything is going. Take care, guys. Bye-bye.